Hello everybody, I'm Diane. Welcome to my channel Frog and Fudge. This is where I share my hobbies, usually cross stitch. Today is Wednesday 28th of December, which means it's been absolutely months and months since I did any filming. So a big thank you to everybody who stayed subscribed, who had patience and faith in me, and thank you to everybody since my last video who also subscribed. That's very, very kind of you. I really do appreciate it. What was I doing in my last videos? Oh yeah, I was making bags and selling them for a donation to Red Cross Emergency Appeal, the Ukrainian Red Cross Emergency Appeal. Well, I did that for about 5 or 6 weeks and I was able to transfer 170 euros. It's a drop in the bucket from what they need, but I'm sure they'll do something good with it. Now let's get into cross stitch. Yeah, when I'm really stressed out and worried, as I say, I don't do anything. I certainly don't concentrate on cross stitch, but I've got some things done. First one I want to show you is this one. I've got a hair in my mouth and it's really bothering me. Oh, don't care. Gotta love your pets. Anyway, this is Night by Maria van Scharrenberg and distributed as a kit by Leonid. They're no longer available, but there is a booklet with this fairy, the night fairy, and the day fairy, also designed by Maria van Scharrenberg, and I think it's by Leisure Arts. I've seen it on Amazon. Let's have a look. How far have I got? Yeah. It's a bit crumpled, but there we go. I filled in the corner, since I think you last saw it, and a bit more of this wing. Now, at least 2 of the other people who have been stitching this have already finished. I'll get there. It'll take me a while, but I'll get there. I'm just going to put this down. What else? Oh, yeah, this is no particular order. It's just as it comes. I'll show that in a minute when I find the rest of it. I'll show that in a minute as well. Yeah, I show this. 20th of March is International Frog Day or World Frog Day, and I chose this mandala frog. And I showed 2 kinds of fabric, the one that came with the kit and one that I purchased that I thought I wanted to use with it. In the end, I chose my own very pale oatmeal. I think it's about a 27, 28 count. There we are. I have a little paw. It's a start. And I'll probably be stitching that on 20th of March next year for World Frog Day. Don't think there's a lot of point in me starting yet another frog project. Get that one. Oh, and then we have this is my Mirabilia Sleeping Princess. I'm stitching this for my daughter. She chose it. She wants it hanging in her bedroom. To give you an idea of how stressed I was, my daughter said, "How's my princess coming on that you're stitching?" And I hadn't a clue what she was talking about. I had to really think, "Princess, what?" But I did manage a little bit. Usually I have a board that I can put behind things. Can't find it. No idea what I did with that. But there we are. She's coming on. And I filled in some of the white here. I promised myself I wouldn't do any of the white until right at the very end because I didn't want it getting mucky, but there's so much white there, I thought. And it was easy stitching. Yeah, she's beginning to take shape. But long way to go. Yeah. Sorry, making a bit of a mess here. And then I have this one. And I've forgotten who designed the pattern. She actually sent me a message, and I still need to reply to her. Yeah. Okay, I just need to... This is not the designer's name under my hand. She's the lady who tried to rip it off. The designer was Anna. Original design by Anna. Anyway, it's a beautiful Quaker. And I'm stitching it on, I think it's midnight. Hand dyed by Debbie. Debbie from Creatively Yours. It's so horribly creased. But I got some more of this done. All along here. And the pleats. And I'm stitching it with silks. And the silks were gifted me by Carol Webster. And unfortunately this year I've heard nothing from her. I've tried to get in contact and there's been no reply. I kind of fear the worst. I know she was very ill. But yeah, life goes on. It has to. Oh, here we are. This is my other little one. It's alright, I'm probably rocking the camera, aren't I? Yeah, and I'm dropping stuff everywhere. This is a Waxing Moons design little kit. Can you see that? There we are. And it came with the button. That's a button there. There's the button. Those are my scissors. And the fancy flosses. And also, and I thought, oh, that would be a nice little simple one for summer. Yeah, right. It's this really cute pale blue. I don't know if it shows up. It's glittery. And I don't know, that's as far as I've got, the sunshine and the flower. I'm stitching it 2/2. But some of the holes are so small and tight. I think perhaps they shrunk when the fabric was dyed, that it's difficult to see where they are. And some of the threads, because they're twisted, have untwisted slightly, so you have these false holes. And some of this stitching has just been literally sort of muscle memory. And I'm out. I'm at least one row out now. Never mind. It'll look good in the end. It came with you can't really see very well. That's actually sort of pale green in yellow and orange. And then it came with this. These are variegated flosses. So hope that's focusing. Like I said, I picked out the DMCs myself. This glitzy fabric, it's very pretty. But yeah, I need good light for that. And then I started something else new when I was visiting my parents in England. This is a, what is it, cross-stitch kit, Flower Fairies. You'll see them in, I think, the Cross Stitcher magazine, is it? And it has both of these kits. It comes with the white 14 count Ada. As usual, I've got a whole load of stuff now about to fall on the floor. Which, well, it's 14 count white Ada. It's a little rough. That's as far as I've got. There's a lot of back stitching that's going to be in there. But she's coming on. She's coming on nicely. And it's, what have we got? I think 2/1 cross stitch and 2/1 tent stitch. Yeah, the colours are really pretty. Can you see those in through the bag? lilacs and greens. And then you've got the bag with the yellows from the Primrose Fairy. Yeah, kit came with floss, pattern, chart, whatever, and Ada, and no needles. How weird is that? Unless they fell out. I don't know. Oh. I'll add that to the pile on the floor. Yeah. Now, what else have I got for stitching? Foxy Lady, I think. Last time I showed you, I just had an ear done. Foxy Lady. This is a Thea Gouverneur kit. There we go. And my daughter bought this as a gift for me, and she gave me the one with the black fabric. It's black, I think 16 carat Ada. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think it's 16. Not sure. And now I have, oops, all lovely and crumpled, an ear, and we're getting some of the head here. Yeah, it's, what can I say, it's on black, it's slow going, very slow going. This is the table where I sew, so it's, you can't see it, it's absolutely covered in sewing bits and pieces, most of which are sharp. And I had a bit more. Yeah, I was stitching on Amsterdam Sunday night. It's my HAED. I don't have it with me. And I actually managed to get 2%. But it's still just a line of blue at the top. Now, acquisitions. Oh no, I have other hobbies. Two other hobbies, if you don't mind me showing other hobbies. I saw a workshop for quilting, and I just was so sick of work, worry. And I said to my husband, I'd like to go, and he said, well, do it then. And it's a 2.5 hour drive. So I booked the day before. Finished work, ate, drove up, stayed overnight, and then went to the workshop. Had a lovely time. And this is the quilt that I'm trying to make. It's my first quilt ever. At school we learnt English paper piercing. Yeah, that didn't do a lot for me. But this is all going to be machine stitched. I love the way this is called attic window. That's a very low attic. Anyway, that's let's have a look. What have I got done? No. As you can see, I'm all terribly well prepared. I'm just going to pause a minute. Hello, I'm back. Found it. I've got the central window done. There we are. With some of the window frame. Yeah. It was only a one-day workshop, and we didn't cut everything out. We just cut some things out, and then she said we will do a bit of stitching, otherwise you could spend 2 days just cutting in. You've got no idea how to stitch it up and how to follow the instructions. And oh my goodness, the instructions were not, I found them complicated. Each piece of fabric, like this piece of grey, piece of white, piece of dark grey, they all have names. And I would much rather they had just a letter, you know, stitch piece A to stitch piece B, that kind of thing. But giving them long names, well, you can't lose concentration when you're doing it. You've got to stay focused. I've just dropped a bit. Sorry about that. And there's my wild geese. My first wild geese. So yeah, that was a new hobby. I actually quite enjoyed it. Obviously I've got to spend a month of Sundays getting that finished. And another hobby for Christmas, I follow a lady called Christine's Home Affairs, and she does a lot of sewing. And she reviewed a kit for making your own bag. I thought, perfect. So I sent a link to my husband and he bought it for Christmas. And I've made this bag. It's leather. And all this white stitching you see everywhere is hand stitched by me. The strap comes ready done. And the handle is ready done, but you do have to do the top stitching. I'm amazed. It took me 2 days or 2 afternoons. All the pieces are cut out ready and you get everything you need in the kit. The needles, only broke 1 needle. I was quite proud of myself there. And there's actually a padlock that goes on here, and this is where the key is. I still can't believe I made this. I'm really proud of myself. So I think I know what I want for Christmas next year, another kit. And in the package, they sent this leather horse. And I kind of want to hang him on the bag, but then I think there's a bit too much hanging on the bag and I don't want him to get dirty, so I'm not sure where I'm going to put him. But isn't that lovely? Then acquisitions. Whole bunch of magazines. Every time I go to England I buy every cross-stitch magazine I can find. And some embroidery silks. Well, they're not silks. These. The knitting shop that had embroidery supplies and did framing in the village has closed. The sewing shop that had fabric and haberdashery closed. You're thinking, this is not the right direction. Then a new fabric shop and haberdashery opened, and they suddenly had all these flossers for sale. Every colour you can imagine, outside, in a bin, for 50 cents. I thought, yeah, of course. But then I looked closely and yeah, perhaps I can show you on this one. I don't know. Can you see? Yeah, you can see the line right there. I think these were old stock from the closed down shop, because she used to hang her stuff in the window. And you can see yeah, this one's much more apparent, I think. See how pale it is? And when I pull that down, you can see the discoloration. Yeah, she hung them in the window for years and they faded, but these are variegated, so I don't think they're going to matter. And lilac's my favourite colour, so yeah, I got myself a handful of there. And one other thing I got was this chart. This was a gift from Twin Peak Primitives, Nerden and Nersen Camber, and they're going to be hosting the 2023 retreat, I think near Appledorn. And silly me, I looked at that and thought, oh, that's so cute. That's a nice little winter stitch, maybe the Christmas holiday. Yeah, Christmas does tend to actually end up being the busiest time of the year. But there's actually, it's deceptive. There's a lot more stitching in this than you might realise. And there's actually, what, 15 colours? I honestly expected about 6 or 7, but there's about 15 colours. So there's a lot more to this than I expected. I'd still like to do it sometime. And that's about it. I've been making bags and sewing some other things. I've sewed a hairband or 2 for my daughter, and I actually sewed some reusable tea bags for my other daughter. Sewed a school bag, and I have some project bags, but I think I'll put those in a separate video. Last time I checked, I was over 500 subscribers, which means a giveaway, but I don't know quite what I should put in a giveaway. So comment below what do you think should go into a 500 subscriber giveaway? If you watched this far, thank you very much for staying with me, and I wish you a successful 2023, a healthy 2023, and one that brings more peace to the world than we saw in 22. Yeah, please comment below. Love to read them. Bye-bye.